Is there any media here? I'm representing Fannie and Fellowship Chapel. NAACP is not partisan. Reverend Wendell Anthony has a card-carrying membership in the Democratic Party. Let me just be very clear. We stand in a very critical time in our nation's history. This is a very critical time. A. Philip Randolph once said that at the banquet table of nature there are no reserved seats. You get what you can take and you keep what you can hold. If you can't take anything, you won't get anything. If you can't hold anything, you won't keep anything, and you can't keep anything without organization. First of all, we need to be organized. I love to watch the nature programs that come on cable television. You've seen some of those programs. One of the programs that I recall, Congress people and senators and mayors who were here and all the delegates, was this program in which there were a group of water buffaloes just out chilling on one day. They were in a herd. They were walking around chilling, not bothering anybody. But two of the young buffaloes decided to go astray and to leave the herd. They left the herd and went to a water hole. Little did they know as they were chilling and skilling in the sunshine that there was a lion over in the tall weeds chilling and skilling in the sunshine also. They went to get a drink of water. The lion jumped out on one of the young lions and began to drag him into the water hole. The other young lion could not rescue the lion, so he went back and got the buffalo's mama. The mother came, but by that time 2 or 3 more lions were pulling back and forth on the little water buffalo that was being drowned and being choked to death by the lion. The mother began to tussle with one of the buffaloes, but she did not have enough strength and power to release her baby buffalo. The mother went and she brought back the herd. The herd came back to the water hole. The big buck with big horns on his head-butted one of the lions, and he knocked the lion into the water. The other 2 lions, as they saw the herd standing there, began to get the idea. They let the baby buffalo go. They made off tracks down the pathway. The buffalo stood there chilling and skilling in the sunshine, and they went on their way. Beloved, we have got to start using our head and remain in the herd, to remain organized, to rescue those things that the lion is trying to take. This is our time. If there's any situation that there will ever occur an organizational need for us to come together as a people and as a nation and as a party, it is what's going on in Egypt and Tunisia today. One can look at what's going on there and get an idea that they understand the necessity for organization. They understand the necessity for people to come together. They understand what it means to hold on to your trump card. We have a trump card in America. Our trump card is our vote. Our trump card is that card that's been demonstrated from time and time again as a prime example of why America is America and everybody want to be just like we are. We have given up our trump card. You better listen to this. We gave up our trump card in 2010. We did not vote like we should have voted. Yes, we did, like the president said, take a shellacking, but it was a shellacking that was not necessary. We did not use our trump card, that trump card that we had in our hand. Well, what was that trump card? We put national health care on the agenda, on the table for the nation. That's a trump card. We didn't play it. We said the financial institutions of the nation, we saved them, but we didn't play that card. We saved the U.S. auto industry that was going down the tube, getting ready to collapse, and now they're getting bonuses, but we did not play that card. We didn't plan it. We didn't stabilize it. We stabilized the whole nation through this president when it came to job leveling off and creation, as we were losing 600,000 jobs a month prior to his arrival on the scene, but we didn't play it. Our status among the world of nations has greatly improved since this president came into office, and we don't look weaker, we look smarter because we're respecting other people like we want them to respect us. But we did not play that card. We didn't play it. We allowed, you gotta listen to this, we allowed the imitators to beat back the originators. We are the originators. We are the originators of those things that are people programs. See, many of us, we got free feet, but we got slave spirits. We don't want to engage in that which has gotten us over. We are letting Glenn Beck steal the dream of Martin Luther King and turn it into a nightmare. We are witnessing the Cinderellaization of America. You know the story of Cinderella. She was a wicked or little girl that her grandmother got her out of an obscure situation, and they transformed this maid into a beautiful princess. Her fairy godmother put on her a new dress, gave her an immaculate hairdo, put silver slippers on her feet, changed a pumpkin into a golden coach, made 2 rats into 2 white horses, and sent her off to the national ball. The only catch was that she had to be back home before 12 o'clock midnight, otherwise she would change right back into her old self. Well, today, we have a political fairy godmother that has taken an obscure governor, put her on some new clothes, put her in a plane flying all around the country, making speeches at all kinds of rallies, but they're saying, you better get it done because we want you to be the president in 2012. Well, that's political fantasy. This is reality. We cannot allow other folks to do better by our folks than we're willing to do for ourselves. We need to understand that as you sit here and as you go back out there, our people are looking at what's getting ready to go down through what we do as a party and as a community. We cannot allow other folks to take our trump card and to beat us at dealing. Those of you who know the game of big whist, you know that the object of the game is to get more trumps than your partner. Is to beat him back. Whether you got a diamond, whether you got a heart, whether you got a spade, whether you got a club. We know we got a major stake in what's going on in our city. 2012 is around the corner. We got a major stake in this. We have a stake in the way our president is treated. We cannot sit by while Bill O'Reilly has a national interview on TV and disrespect the president of the United States. Behavior as was demonstrated on Fox News during the Super Bowl with Bill O'Reilly. And Bill O'Reilly needs to understand, as we need to understand, George Bush would never have accepted that from Rachel Maddow. Ronald Reagan would never have accepted that from a Roland Martin. We need to understand that Barack Obama need not undertake that from anybody because he's our president, duly elected by the people of this nation. Now, I'm not talking to Democrats in here. I'm not talking to Democrats in here. I'm talking to Democrats in the time we like to act like it. And somebody go out and say, Mr. O'Reilly, that's a memo. 2012 is around the corner. And so we say, we got a major stake in this. We got the Supreme Court in this. We got jobs in this. We got foreign policy in this. We got education in this. We got all these things in this. Mr. Boehner, where are the jobs? Mr. Boehner, where is the plan? Mr. Boehner, where is the investment in our local communities? You've been talking loud, but you ain't been doing nothing. We can't wait until 3 weeks before the national election in 2012 and start organizing. We can't fly over Detroit, under Detroit, around Detroit, by Detroit, and expect Detroit to turn out just so we can win it. We got to get in the race right now. We as Democrats cannot run from who we are. We must claim and stand up for who we is. We must lift each other up. We need not be ashamed to stand on principle rather than just on convenience. We need the whole herd to be involved. If we're going to strategically use national figures to come into our city during national elections, we can't do it on a Sunday at 12 o'clock when most of the people in Detroit are at church, the ones that go to work and that do vote. We need to understand that if Detroit and Michigan are going to be a priority, then let's treat us like we're priorities. It becomes necessary that we treat each other like we're a priority, and we're not, it's a mandatory thing that we deal with it. I'm talking about the herd. I'm talking about playing your trump card. Our base is our trump card. Don't disregard the base. Motivate the base. Our people are not just policies, they are people. We must say something about the poor and the middle class. We cannot forget who we are, because if we don't say something about the poor folks, in case you don't know, you might become one of them. You need to understand. You need to understand that we can do better than this. We have too much at the stake. All that he said, she said, they said, when ain't nobody said a damn thing at all. We need to be saying those things that are going to lift us up as a community, as a party, and as a nation. Don't let folks take our trump card. If you're in the game, you got to make the play. There was a young boy whose father took him to an orchestra to play, they were playing a major symphony. The boy was so excited. His father was taking him to the orchestra because he'd done well in school. So they get to the orchestra. The orchestra's playing. The boy is sitting there with his father. He's so excited. And as the orchestra's playing, the boy is asking his father all kinds of questions. Daddy, what is that? Daddy, who was that? Daddy, what is this? And finally, he was raising so much of a commotion that the head usher came over to where the little boy was sitting with his father. And he said, sorry, sir, you're going to have to excuse your son. He's making too much noise. And so the father said, don't worry, I got him. I'm going to take care of it. And so he left. And a little while later, the boy went right back to it again, making noise, asking questions, visiting. And his father said, son, you got to be still. You can't keep making all this noise. You're disturbing all the people. But Daddy, I just want to know this. And Daddy, you see that cymbal player, he's not been playing. I mean, everybody's played, Daddy, but the cymbal player has not played. He should have a turn. And then the head usher came over